Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to 2025, the 14th of January. This is the first talk that I've done this year. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully, you all had a good Christmas and a great New Year, and you're fighting fit for 2025. Also, your glass is half full rather than half empty, and as we know, we can always top it back up again. Hashtag interesting talks 2025. I don't even know where 2024 went. It just went blap and gone. But yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to start to share information and tips and my spin on things for 2025. Now, today's talk is around no New Year's resolutions, but clear, precise goals to get through 2025 and beyond. If you've got an opportunity, pause this video and get a pen and paper, because there's so much information that I'd like to share with you today. And those, if you want to, contact me afterwards, because I've got some worksheets, I've got all sorts of information that could help you to process what you're trying to do for 2025 and beyond, and setting stuff like SMART goals and all sorts of little tricks or ways that you can utilize information that I'm going to share with you today to make the most of your opportunities for 2025 and beyond. Just setting New Year's resolutions, which I've tried myself over many years, it can work, but it's quite difficult to maintain the initial drive, the euphoria of New Year. Wow, New Year, I've got an opportunity to change this, opportunity to change that. And in reality, it very rarely lasts longer than January or the middle of February. People say they're going to go to the gym, they're going to lose weight. As we know, this is nothing new. Everybody goes to the gym in January. They're losing all the weight that they're putting over Christmas and the New Year. Others are doing dry January, controlling their alcohol consumption. Other people are doing food January, controlling their food consumption. Others smoking cigarettes less or taking illicit drugs, again, less. That's their plan. And to clean up their game. It's all going to go smoothly well. But a funny thing, we did this last year, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that. And, it just keeps going on. Some of us actually get some stuff done, but without a strategic plan in place, discipline, SMART goals, as I've said, habit checkers, looking at why you want to do what your objective of what you will get out of achieving your goals or your resolution, what we would call it the old school resolution, but we're going to be talking about achievable goals here. What will you get out of these achievable goals? Where will it bring you? What will it enhance in your life? I was talking to a client, this is before Christmas, nothing really to do with goal setting, but taking care of stuff. Now, I said to him that if he takes care of something that he needed to do at work that he's been putting off for about 3 months, then it would lower his stress levels. He'll start to, see the roses in his garden. He'll start to see better things in his life, because this big dark cloud of something that's hanging over you that you're not taking care of takes all of the energy out of the rest of your life. So taking care of your things that you've set yourself to do or that you need to do to make your life more palatable needs to be taken care of. You need to pay attention to it and get on with it. But just using willpower alone is not the best way to do things. Strategic is best. Methods are best. Rewarding yourself for achieving stuff is really, really, really crucial. So today I'm going to start running through some stuff. And if you could start taking some notes and look at stuff, even me and I've got notes, because there's just so much information that I want to share with you. And there's no way I could just keep it all in my head. So those that you say to me, oh, Yinka, use notes. Well, I'm using notes. Hey. The idea of this talk is for you to get some information that I have, that I use in my clients, when they pay to get this kind of information, to enhance your life so you can get to a better place quicker, more smoothly, more consistently, and it stays that way. It doesn't just, you don't easily backslide. So year on year comes around. A lot of us have New Year's resolutions, from going to the gym, clearing out our debts, getting a new partner. Some people are looking for a partner, and others are looking to get rid of their partner, looking for divorces or changes of relationships. But when the real year kicks in, we lose our way and we start to procrastinate, or we even start to self-doubt ourselves and go into self-denial that we didn't even sort of make that kind of resolution. And, we can sort of put it off to next year, and it doesn't really need to be done now. I could do it in January, sort of June, July, August, start saving for Christmas or whatever it is in July. It just doesn't really work that way. If you don't take any action, no action is likely to take place. Don't get me wrong, there are people that we all know, they don't do that much in their lives, and opportunities come their way. They're working wherever they are and somebody comes and headhunts them, extra 20, 30, 40,000 pounds a year. It does happen to people. But to the majority of us, we have to put a lot of effort in just to get the basics, to get small achievements done. We need to put a lot in. As soon as we realise that, then we put a lot in and we'll make the effort and we will achieve it. It's all achievable. As one of my friends says, anybody that you see driving a Ferrari, got 25 houses, runs a business, guess what? They've not got two heads. They've got one head, one heart, two hands, 2 feet, 2 legs, just like you. So what they achieve, you also can achieve. So always bear that in mind. So 2025 and beyond, this is what we're looking for. So here are some tips. So setting short-term goals for the next 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. I mean, short-term goals, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. We can all do that. That's easy to envision. It's not way off like in November that we're going to hit our goal. It's not in 2026 January we're going to hit our goal. We can set small short-term goals that lead us to our bigger goal in a 30-day period, and we can monitor that because it's quite easy. It's not a lot to look at, not big figures. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, same sort of thing. And this can help you stay focused, can help you stay motivated, and it can help you to achieve your larger aspirations, because we have larger aspirations. Most of us, we want to achieve something in our lives. We're not just here as bystanders. And we put it into manageable steps. That's the key thing. Manageable steps, steps that we can all handle. Not stuff like I'm going to say that I'm going to go on a fast for like 5 days, and I've never fasted in my life. No, if I want to fast, let me fast for, I don't know, 6 hours, 9 hours. Then a few weeks later, maybe go to 10 hours. And then maybe go to 2 days after about a month. And I understand what a fast is about and how my body reacts to it. And the challenges that I face when I do fast. I mean, I do fast at the moment, probably about 18 hours a day sometimes. But it took me time to get there. And it worked. I've lost weight. So define your goals. But define your goals. By defining your goals, be specific and clear about what you want to achieve. Now, if you want to achieve, I don't know, a degree in chemistry, obviously it's not going to happen overnight. A degree might take 4 years, but you envision what it would be like to start. If you're just studying, you envision what it would be like to have a degree in chemistry and what you might use it for and what kind of salary you'd got and where you'd probably live with that degree. Would you go to America and utilize it? Because I think they take English qualifications really highly in the United States of America. And if you've got a degree in chemistry, you probably get higher pay there than what you might do in the United Kingdom. So you envision that. You envision living in Atlanta, for example. You'd envision the possibility of what company you'd work for. And then you work backwards. It's called like reverse engineering. So you envisioned what you want to do with a degree. For example, let's say it's a degree. I've set something really pretty high bar here. And you work back how you're going to get it. So you might have to go to college for a year or 2 years to get an A-level in sciences. And you might have to brush up on your English because, if you're my age group, you probably wouldn't have been practicing writing English every single day because you don't need to. You might have been looking at chemistry equations. So you're going to have to start doing that. So what I'm saying is you look at your big goal, as in what it might be. That's a big goal, getting a degree in chemistry, I think. And then you work, how do you get there? The small steps. And then small steps lead to bigger steps, and bigger steps lead to you activating your desire to have a degree in chemistry. So be specific, be clear on what you want to achieve. Write down on a piece of paper or on a laptop your action plan chart. Now this is key. I mean, trying to keep everything in your head, to me, it's just not worth it. It's just too much stuff. You might have heard me do a video. We get between 12,000 and 60,000 random thoughts every day. That's been scientifically researched I find it hard to believe, but it is true. So if you're getting 12,000 to 60,000 random thoughts a day and you're adding more thoughts on it and what you want to do, you're giving yourself a headache. You're really overwhelming your brain straight away there. So my suggestion is to write it on a piece of paper, not in your journal, a piece of paper separate, or on your laptop or on your phone. And you keep your SMART specific goals. And these are what they will be. There will be 3 headings. There'll be the time, the action, and the goal. So on top of the paper, you've got your time, and it's going to go down probably seven days. I'll probably do seven lines, 7 days. Then you're going to have your actions. What actions did you take to achieve your goal? And the goal itself. So let's say I want to start to lose weight in the gym. So the action would be signing up, going to the gym on a Monday, and walking on the treadmill for half an hour, and doing 15 squats. The time, obviously, 15 minutes and so on, and 30 minutes on the treadmill. And the goal would be to maybe lose, 100 grams, something reasonable, 50 grams, And if you achieve that, then you've lost 50 grams. You do that 5 days a week. I think that's 300 grams, if I'm correct, if I do my maths correctly. But the point being, specific goals, specific actions, writing it down on a piece of paper, putting it on your laptop or on your phone, and you can see where you are. Remember, make your goals SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bounded. So SMART goals breaks it down to this: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bounded goals. So that's part of that. So if you can write that down, or again, at the end of this session, you could contact me and I'll send you the worksheets that you can use for yourself for free. It's not a problem. Now, a habit tracker. Tracking your habits and seeing how you do what you do and how you do what you do. Yeah, again, you could keep it all in your head. But if you write it down, as again, on paper, keep it on your laptop or on your phone, and really, just diligently do it once a day. It's not that difficult. We do have enough time to do that sort of thing. If you really want to achieve new goals, if you want to see something different than what happened 2024, 2023, 2022, and you just meandered along with the leaves, meandered along with the river, just took what came your way and just accepted it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're here with me today and you're still watching this video, that probably means you do want to achieve stuff. And what you've tried before has not necessarily worked out for you. So here you are looking at different ways, because that's what you need to do. If you don't get a success with one way, you try another way. And if you don't get it that way, you try another way. And this happens infinitely. That's why people like Richard Branson and possibly Elon Musk got where they are, because they didn't accept failure. Failure was just a way to learn how to do it in a different way. Failure is just a way to learn to do things in a different way until you succeed. So here we go. So habit tracker. Help tracking your habits is a good way to stay accountable to yourself and see your progress over time. So what do we do with that? Again, you need to get a pen and paper, laptop, phone, left-hand column, I would say write down your habits. And then on the left-hand column, be habits, 7 days. And across the top, Monday to Friday, or Monday to Sunday, if you want. Right? So your habits will be whatever you do. And when you look back on the week, you see, what did you achieve on Monday? What habits did you achieve what habits did you do on Monday? How did they work for you? How successful were they for you? What habits did you consistently complete? How did you feel about your progress? Because you should be seeing progress. Again, we have another heading which will look at the challenges. This is what you write down, not the worksheet itself, but on your notes, on your achievements. So success. What habits did you consistently complete? How do you feel about your progress? How do you feel about your progress? You should feel good. Many a time I'll give myself a pat on the back. I ran, an hour, or was on the treadmill for 1 hour. Or the other day I ran around a park twice. And I haven't done that. I had to do that over Christmas because there was no gyms open. And I'm on a bit of a campaign to keep fit. And I've been training probably for 6 months, 7 months, every single day, So over Christmas and when the gyms were closed, I ran around a park, and I wasn't sure that I could do it, but I did complete it. So I gave myself a pat on the back and tell myself, well done. So how do you feel about your progress when you're doing it? And so give yourself a pat on the back. Challenges, looking at the challenges. What habits were difficult to maintain? Is it difficult? What are they? Is it difficult to get up and maintain getting up, I don't know, 5 a.m. in the morning and going for a run? That could be a real challenge. I think I would find it a big challenge. But that's just a comparison for you to look at what challenges you would find and write them down. What obstacles did you encounter? Was there a dog on the road when you was running that always runs after you? That's an obstacle that you encountered and would have had to overcome. Adjustments. What changes can you make to improve your habit tracking? So, do you have a shower before you go for a run, for example? Or do you have a shower afterwards? Which one suits you better? If you have a shower before you go for a run, there's a possibility you might catch a cold because your body's in a different level of temperature. So when you're going out, especially this time of the year running, if you have a hot shower and you run out in the cold, you might catch cold. I don't know. Or vice versa. But what hindrances do you find in continuing your habit? And set goals for the month. Set goals for the month, goals for the week, and break it down smallly. Now, another thing what people don't do, which I just said what I did when I was running, was celebrate your success. Give yourself a celebratory situation, some reward. At least say to yourself that you've done well. And maybe tell your loved one or one of your family members or somebody that you has got time for you. Tell them what you've done, what you've achieved and how you've achieved it. So celebrate your successes. So celebrate your successes no matter how big or small they are. It's crucial for building self-esteem, for maintaining motivation. Now that's a key thing there. If you celebrate your successes, it seems that it helps you to keep motivated. It helps you to continue to do what you wanted to do in the first place. Reflect on your successes and what recent successes or achievements you are proud of. Write them down. Write them down. Don't try to keep it all up in here. As I said, 12,000 to 60,000 random thoughts a day. They don't need anything else. Anything you can write down in a journal, specific goals, setting like what we're talking about here, achieving stuff for 2025 and beyond. Write it down on your phone. Write it down on a piece of paper. Write it down on your laptop. You don't need to put any more stuff in your brain, and really, because it's full up with stuff already, and you've got loads of other stuff to do apart from what we're now talking about, new goals setting. So, just bear that in mind. Write stuff down. Understand the journey. What steps did you take to achieve your success? Be aware what steps you took and how you did it. When you get to a successful situation in any way, sphere in life, there's lessons for you to learn so that you can go on to the next stage, what you did to get you where you are. Now, what you did to get you where you are is not going to possibly take you to the next level of achievement, but it's very well worth understanding what that was that you did do, and it worked out well for you to get you where you wanted to be at that specific time. Hopefully that's pretty clear what I'm trying to say. If it's not, leave it in the comments and I'll definitely reply to each and individual person that leaves a comment and asks any specific question. I'll do my best to answer that question. Acknowledge your feelings and how this success made you feel. Also, very, very motivational. If you succeed at something, you feel good. You might even feel, I don't know, tingling in your stomach. You might feel lightheaded. You might even get some form of quite a little bit of a rush of your heartbeat, a bit of palpitation, but in a pleasant way because you achieved something that you thought you couldn't do. And you got there. And how do you feel about that? Write that down. Now, it's easy to be demotivated. I did say to you to tell people about some of your successes that you have had in achieving your goals, but be careful who you share your information with, because not everybody wants you to win, not everybody wants you to succeed, and they don't actually necessarily always tell you this. So be choosy who you tell what you're doing, and those that encourage that that will encourage you, tell them and they'll encourage you. But those that are naysayers, don't necessarily tell them, because one, they'll be telling you that you can't do it, and you don't need to hear that, especially when you're starting out something. I would suggest you tell people what you wanted to do, if you want to tell them at all, when it's done and finished, done and dusted. So this is the end of the talk. So leave comments. Tell me your tips, how you've helped yourself to achieve your goals. If you want to call them New Year's resolutions, call them New Year's resolutions. I've kind of done, I just will not really say that word anymore. I will set goals that don't need to be set in January. They don't need to be set anytime. But since we are in the new year, since this is the first talk of 2025, and it's New Year's resolution time, I've been to the gym recently, obviously not recently, all the time, and I see there's a lot more people. But I also know that by February the 1st, there'll be the same amount as that was always there. And those that come, and those that don't. There'll be a few crossovers, but not many. But anybody that's watching this video, they've got an opportunity to mark down their achievements, mark down their success, look at their habit checkers, look at their motivational words that they might say to themselves, and maybe achieve their goals. Before we go, this is something I've been working with a lot of my clients. It's called Ikigai. So I can put it up, if it comes up, that is. Now, what Ikigai is, basically, it's a Japanese word, and it has the meaning of this. What you're good at, what the world needs, what you get paid for, what you take as like a habit, something, a hobby, something that you enjoy. It's called Ikigai. You can look it up online. So basically, it's about work-life balance, because a lot of us don't have a work-life balance. We just work, and we fit in anything that we can do enjoyable as a sort of afterthought. Whereby, to me, I think you should be thinking about enjoying yourself and just go to work to get paid, not that that's your whole life. So Ikigai helps you to focus on that. So it talks about, if I could pull it up, it'd be brilliant, because I actually can't just, okay. So here we are. What you love, what you're passionate about, your mission, what you're good at, a profession, what you can be paid for, a vocation, and what the world needs. So these all go into different circles. When you put it up, you'll see it. So if you can, and the Ikigai is in the middle. So if you can be in the middle and you can hit all of those spots, then your work-life balance will be as you want it to be. And you will be a more happier, satisfied individual, which is what I want for all of my people that listen to me and all my clients that I work with, and anybody that I can come across and enlighten them on that fact. So, into 2 weeks' time, take care of yourself. Try to stay positive. Bye for now.